I got a Daisy feeling. I got a Daisy feeling. Yeah.
Hello, people. I'm Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're looking at a trailer. This is called ZWIGATO, starring Kapil, Sharma, and Shahana Goswami, and I believe it's directed by Nandita Das.
Correcto.
Correcto. And it's also written by Nandita Das and Samir Patil. You guys, thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully you're having a good day, or night, or afternoon, or, whatever. So, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications. Pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching.
अरे पापा, अगर कस्टमर के साथ आप सेल्फी लेंगे ना तो आपको 10 रुपए एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा।
जानना पहचान, हम काहे लेंगे सेल्फी? आज हम 10 डिलीवरी करेंगे।
रोज आप यही कहते हैं।
हाँ, जैसे रोज आप अपना जूता पॉलिश करते हैं।
आज बहुत जल्दी आ गया।
लगता आज हमारा लकी डे है। सर, आपके साथ एक सेल्फी ले सकते हैं? हमको थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा मिल जाता है सर। आज 8 डिलीवरी करें हम, हमारा हाईएस्ट।
आप तो कितने दिन से हमारे साथ सीरियल भी नहीं देख रहे हो।
हमारे बदले तब तुम जो देख रही हो।
पापा, ये सब्जी है कि फल?
क्या मालूम, हम कभी खाए हैं क्या? फैक्ट्री में 200 लोगों को संभाल ले, लेकिन ये ऐप हमारी जान लेगा।
और हम आपकी लेंगे।
अच्छा, 20 डब्बा का ऑर्डर है, एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा?
अरे बिल्कुल नहीं, एक का जितना 100 का उतना।
आप और कुछ काम क्यों नहीं कर लेते?
खाना खिलाना तो पुण्य का काम होता है। अच्छा नहीं लगता तुमसे काम करवाना।
आप थोड़ी ना करा रहे हैं, हम कर रहे हैं अपना मर्जी से।
100 रुपए का कप बस 30 पे आ रहा है।
तुम ऑर्डर किए?
अरे किसी और को दे दिया।
5 स्टार जरूर दे देना, ठीक है?
अब 2 5 स्टार, हमारा तो गया ना 2 डिलीवरी का पैसा। वो मजदूर है इसीलिए मजबूर है, या फिर वो मजबूर है इसीलिए मजदूर है।
आपकी रेटिंग न्यूनतम स्तर से नीचे गिर गई।
आप समझ नहीं रहे हैं, हमारा रेटिंग एकदम से डाउन हो गया।
आपको पता है आप कितने लकी हो? टाइम पे पैसा, आपकी मर्जी की शिफ्ट, पर आप लोगों की तो आदत ही बस कंप्लेंट करनी।
आदत तो बस चुप रहने का है मैडम।
This is interesting because I watched a video not that long ago about a company like this. I forgot what it was called.
It could be any company, Jaby.
No, but it was
Uber Eats. It could be.
No, but it was a company. It was started up by 2 young guys. The selling point was that when you order something, you'll get it within like 5 minutes or something absurd, because they have these drivers kind of like circling everywhere all the time. That's the whole thing that puts them ahead of things like Uber Eats or whatever else is out there. The principle is you'll get it in a very, very, very short time span. Even when we order like from Amazon or something like that, it'll be at least a few hours before we get the or
Days.
Uber Eats.
Oh, you mean Uber Eats?
No, Uber Eats. Yeah, like stuff like that. It'll come like in an hour or hour and a half. Whereas the company I'm thinking of, I just remember hearing the time that they're talking about, and it seemed absurd how fast that they were thinking. My first thought was, what's it like for the employees? And the way they painted the picture was that it was fine because they have so many kind of moving around and stuff like that. There's still that conspiratorial part of my brain that goes, but something still seems like it could be tough. When you see a story like this, it starts like fulfilling my confirmation bias, where I'm like, oh yeah, see, I knew it. But I have no idea if this is based on an actual story or an actual account of someone's experience working for something like Uber Eats, or if it's just dramatized. You know what I mean?
Well, looking at many of the comments on the trailer itself, it seems like this is something that people can really relate to, or anyone who has done that type of job. I did Postmates twice. And then I was like, yeah, this isn't really for me. And this was like back in the day when Postmates was still kind of newer. It's a lot of effort for not a lot of money. And then it's the same with any of these app-based services, like even Airbnb, Postmates, Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft, all of those stuff. Like, yes, you have the advantages of being able to choose your own hours and work whenever you want. But the reality is, in order to actually make money working these jobs, you have to work a lot. not. Like,
Yeah.
it's not worth it unless you're working a 12-hour shift, which, like, why would you want to?
Yeah.
And then, God forbid, you get lower than a 5-star rating and you're
Right.
screwed, which is exactly what happened here.
I worked as a food delivery boy for 2 years. Thank you to the creators of the movie for showing the struggle involved in the gig and jobs. I felt every second of this trailer as I've lived this life 3 years ago. Ran from my home after an argument with my father with 0 penny in my pocket. Only the bike and mobile phone were with me, so I decided to join ZWIGATO. That's what it sounded like a little bit.
Yeah,
as a
it
delivery
was
boy.
definitely like a dig at that.
It advertised $18K per month. I felt that was enough. I did the job for 6 months and experienced a hell of a life out there. You know, they had this moment in the trailer that I thought was interesting where they showed you this grand prize if you did a certain amount of deliveries or something like that.
Yeah, you need to do
You know?
10 deliveries.
I think that if you hit a record, they were encouraging you by giving you this like moped motorcycle thing if you won, which is very much kind of like what we would call pyramid schemes over here. Is there another word for that? Other than-
MLM.
MLM, thank you, multi-level marketing, where you get involved. And multi-level marketing is different because it's like you have to sell to your friends and family, and then they have to sell to other friends and whatever. It's a pyramid scheme, right? If you're able to make a lot of money from that, you get certain prizes, shall we say,
Yeah,
like a
cars,
Lamborghini.
yeah.
You know, Amway is a prime example of that, or Herbalife or something like that. Those are the kinds of companies I'm referring to right now. I don't want to say too much about it, but that's what I was reminded of. Because there's this encouragement to do even more, to work even harder, to bust your ass even harder, just to get this bike. You could be costing yourself years off your life just for that prize, because you're working absurd hours beyond what is reasonable or healthy just to get that thing, just to make ends meet, potentially.
But also, like what you were saying about the company that was trying to say, like, oh, we can get this in like however many minutes or something. The people who are doing the deliveries are always going to suffer, because if it's impossible or if they don't hit that target,
They get dinged.
they're going to get dinged, or they might get yelled at or, you know, abused by the people who ordered it, because
Yeah.
they're like, wait, I expected my order, and like, you suck, and I'm not going to tip you or anything. And it's rough out there. It's really hard.
Yeah, I would imagine. The thing is, it's one of those things where they kind of draw you in with the notion of freedom.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, it's self-employed, right?
Yeah.
So you could choose your hours. You can just flip on that app on your phone and start working like Uber or whatever. I feel like it's an illusion. I think the freedom to choose your hours is kind of an illusion, because I did freelancing for the longest time working in casting. The thing I sold myself on is, I can just like vacation whenever I want. I could just not take work whenever I want. If I didn't take the work, that work would then go to someone else who decided to show up all the time, and now I'm out of a gig, and that casting director doesn't need me anymore.
Yeah.
So there was this compulsion to always be on, and I think YouTube kind of does that to you as well, a little bit to a lesser degree. I feel like the audience is kind of still there for you if you take time off. That's how it was working in casting, where it's like, I was scared to take time off, so I just always worked.
And I think this is also really interesting that Kapil Sharma has decided to star in this movie, because it feels to me like it's got more of a like low budget indie feel, right? And he's a huge TV host. And so he's bringing his name to this story. And so I feel like he must feel some sort of connection, or that he believes that the story is so good that he would want to put his name to, you know, the movie.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll get more eyes on it just because he's leading the charge in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully. I hope that all the delivery drivers, there's a lot out there. I hope they watch the movie and support it.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to hear their perspectives. I see another comment here. It says, I'm a delivery boy. I can relate with this trailer. The delivery company seriously very exploit us in a very wrong way, and 75% of the customers behave with us very badly. This movie is a dream come true for us. So that they feel seen.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And maybe a lot of people don't realize as well. Like, I heard some stuff when we were on a live stream and someone was telling us about a story about how a woman was really abusive towards a delivery guy. And
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, we're all just trying to get by. We're all just trying to work and earn money. And can you check your privilege, please, and just be nice?
You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let us know your experiences, if you have experience with this, in the comments below. I'm Jaby KOAY. This is
ACHARA KIRK?
Peace out.